Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our 12 Days of Christmas video. We're wrapping up for the season with our last couple of videos. So this week, I'm going to be showing you how to make a origami Christmas tree. You can do this with blank origami paper if you want, or you can do it with fancy scrapbook paper. I like fancy scrapbook paper because it gives your tree a little bit more to go on, but you can use blank paper. It's a little bit easier. If you're going to use fancy paper that's printed only on one side, make sure when you fold, your print side is facing up. You want to fold that in because that's going to be make it so that your print side shows once you finish a project. So we're going to start with the paper. Now I'm using a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper, but you could easily use 6 by 6 origami paper or just copier paper, whatever you have on hand. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to fold it in half. Edge to edge, straight in half. Do the same thing in the opposite direction. I like this tree because it's pretty simple. If you manage to make my goose from earlier on in the project, the season, this should be pretty easy for you. All right, so we're gonna go that way. Then we're gonna fold corner to corner. Like so. And we're going to fold corner to corner on the other one. It's not as important as with some of my other ones for you to keep your edges as nice and neat and tight on this one. It'll still come out just fine. If your edges are a little sloppy, that's okay. Then we're going to flip it over. We're going to push that down in the middle. And you're going to see these two here are going to pop up. What I want you to do is take those, bring those two edges together like that. And then you're going to squash it flat so it makes a square. Just like that. So you're going to grab your two edges. Once you flip the paper over, you'll see they'll already be popped up. You're going to pull those corners together, hold them, and then just flatten everything else out. Just like that. That's going to give you this nice little square. If you're working with a smaller piece of paper, this is going to be a smaller square. It's going to make a smaller tree. Like this one, this is going to make a slightly larger tree, which is nice. So then you're going to take this corner here, and you're going to fold it so that this edge is runs parallel to this seam that's in the middle of your paper. Just like that. Then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Bring that in. I know with the printed paper, it's a little harder for you guys to see my folds at home. So I'll hold it up so you can see what it looks like. So you're going to fold it like that. So you have these two little triangular flaps. Then you're going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. You're going to take this side, make sure it runs parallel to the center seam. Crease it. Do the same thing on the other side. I hope you have enjoyed our 12 Days of Christmas and you've done lots of videos and activities and are entered multiple times to win our great prizes. We have a grand prize of a $100 Amazon gift card, as well as a first, second, and 2 third place prizes of varying amounts of Amazon gift cards. So lots of great prizes to be won. So you're going to end up with another side that looks like this. So you have 2 sides. And this weird little point at the bottom. We're actually going to cut that part straight across this line right off because we don't need that part. So we're just going to go straight across that line. That's going to make the bottom of our tree nice and flat so that it stands up on its own. And we're just going to cut off all those little triangles and push them to the side. So it's going to look like that. Now, what you're going to do is open this flap up here. And we're going to reverse fold this crease here. So we're going to open up the inside. Show you here. You're going to go right here where this is in here. You're going to open that up and you're going to push that fold out like that. So it's going to push out these folds to the outside and then you're going to kind of squash that back down. Crease it real good and then just flip that over so that you have those out of the way. And then you're going to do the same thing on this side. So you're going to open up that fold. You're going to open up the bottom part of that fold. And you're going to push this crease in so that the other 2 creases pop out like so. Okay. So that's going to give you this nice smooth look on the front. I got rid of those 2 flaps. And I'm going to do the same 2 folds on these other 2 flaps that are on the back side. So we're going to open up the flap, open up the fold itself. Push this seam in so that it pushes the other creases out like so. flip it to the side and do it one more time. Open up the flap, open up the fold, and push that crease, that fold back in, just like that. So you're going to end up with this nice triangular shape. Looks like that. And that's the basis of your tree. You can just leave it just like that if you want. But if you want to give your tree the nice little pointed bits, you're actually going to then grab your scissors again, and you're going to cut some slices right up maybe about halfway into the center point of your tree. And you're going to go up, maybe cut 3 to 4 bits all the way up the top. You're just going to go part of the way in. You're not going to go all the way across. If you go all the way across, you're likely to cut your tree in half, and then your tree is going to be missing its top. It'll be like a topless tree, and we don't want that. So you're going to make these great little slits all the way up both sides of your tree. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pull apart your different layers. You'll see there are 4 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4 layers on each side. And there's 4 on this side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to pull apart those layers so they're not stuck together. And you're going to take the top corner of that slit where you cut it, and you're going to fold it down so that that bottom point is folded in half. Just like that, which is just going to give you a nice point to your tree. And you're only going to do 1 layer at a time. You don't want to fold them all at one time because then it won't lay nice and flat. Then you're just going to take that, pick it up, flip it to the side, and do the same thing on the next layer. Fold those top corners down so that the bottom point is folded in half. And go all the way up so you can't fold them anymore. When you get to that top one, that's going to be the point of your tree, so you don't need to fold that. And then you're going to flip it over to the next edge and do the same thing again. Fold, fold, and one more, fold. Now, rather than flipping these back and starting again, I recommend flipping the whole thing over, because that way all your folds continue to go in the same direction. Otherwise, your folds might start going in different directions, and that might get a little confusing, and your tree is going to look a little wonky, and it's not going to lay flat. So you're going to keep folding those points in just like that to give your tree that nice pointed Christmas tree branch look. Once you've finished that, it will stand up on its own. If you've done it on blank paper, you can add sequins or glitter glue to the edges to make it look like a decorated tree, or you can just leave it as it is as a plain tree. If you've used colored paper, that'll give it a nice added little benefit of being colorful and cheerful, and you can just kind of stack them all over your house. You can also fold them back flat again and stick them in Christmas cards and mail them to friends if you want to, that you didn't get to see over the holiday break. Whatever you want to do is just fine. I would love to see your finished trees, your whole forest of finished trees, because once you make one, you're going to love it so much, you're going to want to make tons and tons more. So I would love to see your forest of trees. So just go ahead and snap a picture of it and post it below this video with the hashtag CLSV12days. And that'll give us an opportunity here at the library to see all of the amazing things you guys have created throughout the entire program. As long as you use that hashtag, we'll be able to put them up there, and we can make a nice little album to share with all of our other users who chose not to participate in this program, so they can see all the fun that they missed. Once you've folded all your points in, your tree should stand up beautifully, just like that, and you have made a lovely 3D Christmas tree. Thanks so much for joining me and joining us for the 12 Days of Christmas. I think we've had a blast here. I hope you did too. I hope you've learned to make a lot of fun and interesting craft and earned tons of points so that you can have a great shot at winning our gift cards. Bye. Have a happy holiday.